I started dating my bully's sister and together we made him annoyed as possible. Here's to many more years of making him angry. When I was a kid, I had a pretty consistent bully who just hated me. I don't know why I hadn't interacted with him until the beginning of second grade when he moved here and in the first day decided he wanted to make fun of me because I'm short. The thing is I just didn't care because I owed being short and just said yay I am this. I guess sparked some desire to make me suffer. It went on until the end of high school. Mostly it was dumb stuff. You're short, ugly, dumb, annoying etc. In middle school it got physical and he would beat the crap out of me, but I lived close, had parents who were often away on work, and I have a high ability to grit my teeth in spite of pain. 4 years ago while I was a junior in college I met a woman, my current wife, through a mutual friend, and we hit it off. We were dating for 2 years before meeting her family because she wasn't super close to them. Imagine my surprise when I recognized her brother as my bully. He 100% recognized me and glared seething daggers at me but didn't do anything, I'm assuming because of the already tense relationship with his sister. Later when we were getting ready for bed I told her and she also looked shocked. Then she started laughing hysterically and said, "Holy poop, you're banging your bully's sister, what a power move. My wife is amazing." This stated our collective super petty revenge over the next 2 years and hopefully many more until we or he dies. She immediately got back in contact with her family and would come back to the house with me during breaks and have friends over and sit close enough he could hear, but far enough so it wasn't obvious that what she was doing, and talk about our love life or how happy she was and how amazing I was to her friends. In a hushed voice she had photos of us that she gave to her mom, who put them around her house. And the best part of it all? He was my best man at my wedding. I don't like the guy, but there were 2 guys I wanted equally as my best man, but we 3 collectively decided that it would be hilarious if he was the best man of the guy he hated with a burning passion while putting on a happy face because his mom would make him. There were other minor things that we planned to keep doing the rest of our hopefully long lives. The guy even had to see us having intimacy when she left a video of it on her laptop he asked to borrow, and it immediately popped up. God, I love this woman. My entitled mother and sister broke into my house and used my car while I was away, and now they're calling me a jerk because I'm about to press charges. I am a 28-year-old male living on my own. My sister is 25, and she still lives with my mother. My sister was always spoiled. From a very young age even I could tell there was a lot of preference towards her. She would never get blamed for things, and when it was her word against mine, her word always won. My father would usually just go with what my mother would say, or he would just go on and on about how she could never do any wrong. I left my house as soon as I could and moved into my own house to be on my own and independent, as my family wanted. I also cut contact with my family, except for a brief happy birthday or Merry Christmas. Now to the story. A couple of weeks ago, I was out of the country for a couple of days as I had to go to a friend's wedding. He was my best friend. I couldn't miss it. When I came back to my house I saw that my car wasn't there, and that the lights in my house were on, even though I had made sure to turn them off before I left. I stood outside and walked around the property, looking for any signs of missing objects or something like that. A little bit of information about my house. It's a pretty big house. Nothing to write home about, but a nice house in a nice neighborhood. I have a pool in the back, which I pretty much only use for gatherings. I went inside and noticed a lot of my things had moved around, an obvious sign or a robbery. I went to my room and dialed the police. Just then my mother came into the room, acting like everything was perfectly normal. I asked her, "What are you doing in my house?" Mom said, "Your sister got a new job and we wanted to celebrate by taking her on holiday." I said, "That doesn't explain what you're doing in my house." She responded with, "We needed a place to stay and since you're family I figured we'd stay here." "No, Mom, you have to let me know if you're coming. You can't just come into my house unannounced." "Do you have anything to do with the car?" She said, "We're family. Stop being so entitled and rude. I raised you for 18 years and you kicked me out? And about the car, your sister took it to go out with some friends." "Me? Mom, you have 30 minutes to get my car here. Gather your stuff and leave, or I will be calling the cops." "Mom, don't you dare. We're family." I closed the door to my room and got 911 ready to dial. For anyone wondering how she got my house and car, I got the habit of leaving a spare key under a rock next to my front door just in case. My mother knows this. My car keys were inside. After half an hour, I came out to see my mother and sister sitting in the living room watching TV. I walked in and told my mom that I had warned her. I took my phone out and my sister and she started begging me not to call, saying how we are family and how I'd be a bad son. I stayed quiet and dialed the police. This is when they realized I was really serious and started to leave. I called and the police arrived a couple of minutes later, just as they were running with their suitcase trying to leave. They were arrested and they made up a sob story about how I had kicked them out of their own home. I showed the police proof that it was my house. Their suitcases were checked and sure enough they found a lot of stuff that belonged to me, like some watches and even a gold necklace. Now I'm being asked if I should press charges. I feel bad about pressing charges as they are my family after all, and they are saying I'm a jerk for calling the police on them.